Good morning, good evening, good night. How is everyone doing? I hope you are doing very well. Lord has woke you up today. I would like to surely thank you for tuning in on today's episode of Strong Aroma, where we will be cooking a choice grade brisket. I got this from my local butcher and I got it for a pretty good deal. So I ask you like, comment, and subscribe to the Strong Aroma channel. Now let's continue on with this video. We are trimming off some of the fat on this brisket. I personally wanted to keep a little bit on. This is my first one, so I did not want to take off too much just to see how I would like it. I've had a brisket with all the fat trimmed off, and so we're going to continue with this one. Now that we have everything trimmed up, we are going to get ready to apply our binder and seasonings and let it sit overnight. So we're going to get a small cup. We're going to start with some paprika. We have some French's mustard as our binder. I'm not sponsored by them. We're going to use our Weber's seasoning, and we are going to start by getting a little bit of paprika in there, quite a bit. Make sure you make 2 batches of these. I had to go back and make another to do the other side because I used this whole batch for the top. So let's start off with paprika. A little bit of salt, won't need too much because the marinade that we will be using later. So you don't need too much of that. You're going to also use some black pepper. It's that pepper. Good stuff. Then we are going to use our Weber's. Pop that in there. I would say about a tablespoon to maybe 2 tablespoons of each of these. Make sure you have it. Where you going? Oh, okay. Now we're gonna start. You can get them sausage fingers on there. Yeah. Them sausage fingers mix up the seasoning. Now we're going to take our Dijon mustard. You will not taste this in the final product. We're going to spread quite a bit on there. Make sure you're very generous with it. You don't want to be a little stingy. And then you're going to take your hands and you're just going to rub it on there like lotion on an ashy body. Make sure you get in there, get everywhere. Make sure you spread it evenly. Sir, make sure you get the stuff. Yeah, get on the back of there. Don't miss none of that. What in the world is that? God. Okay. But make sure everything is covered evenly and distributed, because this is what your seasoning is going to be sticking to. And you know, okay. All right. We're just going to go past like you didn't do. Okay. All right. So after the luxurious slap, we're going to take our seasoning, and I started to spread it on here. Realized that was kind of not the best idea. Again, it's my first time doing this, but you want to, again, make sure you season this generously. This is going to create a nice, beautiful bark by the time that your brisket is done smoking. I smoked mine for 8 hours. You can smoke it for longer, which I should have did had I not been lazy, but that's okay. We're here now, and we are going to do the same thing like we did to the front. So I put our Dijon mustard. Then we are going to, I'm gonna need you to hold on to that more carefully, sir. I do appreciate it. Now we are going to rub this in because we still do have a little bit of seasoning on my hand from the front. That is okay because we're still gonna eat it. It's still gonna be delicious. So make sure you rub it in completely. Make sure you rub it in very nicely. Why do you keep walking off? Get back here. Season this brisket. Oh, okay. That's okay. Season your brisket. This is my second batch. We are going to make sure that we also evenly coat this, just like we did the top of the brisket, and make sure we get it everywhere on every edge and every crevice. You really don't want to miss this seasoning, folks. It's really important that you get it all over there. Don't forget that corner to your right hand side. What you do? Okay. 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 Putting on the seasoning. Oh. Oh, I didn't even see that part, sir. Okay. Go ahead, get that in too, sir. Now, again, cannot stress this enough. Make sure everything is evenly coated, please. It really is going to make sure that you have the okay, just had season fall off sad. But this is what we have at the end of our seasoning. Covered a couple of spots I had to go over, not the prettiest. I highly apologize, but it is going to be worth it. Now we're going to put this in the refrigerator overnight to let the seasoning sit in. This is what it looks like after I let it sit. And now we are going to prepare our smoker. Oh, there, big boy. You're making the whole thing shake. Now, I'm using applewood chips. You can also use chunks, or you can use whatever wood you prefer. But I used applewood, and I'll use applewood chips and chunks next time in combination for the longer smoke. You want to also make sure you set these in water for about 20 minutes to an hour to make sure that the chips don't burn up too fast in the grill. Also want to make sure that your grill is at 250. At the lowest, 225. Because you don't want this thing to cook too fast, folks. Please take your time. I'm not sponsored by them. And I have my handy dandy cap because it's broken it. And we're just going to sit that there. Mind your business. Now, we will use a smaller container with some ketchup. Then we're going to use light brown sugar. This is going to be our marinade that we use for the duration of the smoking process. Now, also, we will begin to add some thyme, about a half a teaspoon. Then we're going to use some Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to use about, I'll say, a tablespoon and a half of that. I like the way that sits there. Oh, okay. And then we're going to use some little bit of soy sauce once we stop struggling with it and get it on up in there. So then we're also going to put in, sir, do you have any other seasonings ready, sir? That's why you're supposed to prep. I'm gonna need you to get it together today. Okay, so we're gonna add in some apple juice. Yes, I do mean apple juice. It's okay. It's gonna give it a very nice little flavor. We're gonna add in some paprika. And there we are going to give this a nice little stir. We have a few more seasons that we will be adding in momentarily. So we're also going to add in some oregano, about a teaspoon of garlic powder, and some more of that black pepper. Yes, I did almost forget what it was. Mind your business. Stir it up. Stop making a mess, you heathen. This will be our marinade that we based across our brisket. I let it sit for about, I believe, 2 hours it was. You can use one of these utensils, or you can use a small mop that is for cooking. This is what I had on hand, which does the job pretty well. Make sure you baste it all over, because you're not going to use a whole lot of it at a time, just a little bit at a time, to make sure that everything gets that beautiful marinade for your brisket. How the camera shake? Oh my God, boy! How you with those big greasy elbows? You're gonna be knocking stuff over. My goodness, what's wrong with you? I apologize to y'all, but this is some of the beef fat that we cut off earlier, and we are gonna use that in some of our baked beans. I let this sit inside of the grill for about an hour or so with the same seasonings that I seasoned the brisket with. Oh yeah, I like that music. Oh, so smooth. We're gonna chop up a little bit of that beef brisket. Very roughly now. Don't need to be real fine. Such a big bald head guy like myself. We're gonna take our can of baked beans, and we are going to open the can. If you don't know how to open a can, there you go. Don't know why I feel like I need to show this, but hey, it's okay. We don't all know. I'm gonna put one can in a pot because my wife don't eat baked beans. So this will be just for me. Also, somebody get this guy some lotion. His hands are very ashy. Start a fire, you rub your hands together. Now, we just sitting here waiting for this. Okay, there we go. Now we doing something productive. About time. What are you stirring? What? You don't got nothing in there yet, sir. Okay, we're gonna be using some of our ground beef. This is 80-20. Gonna give that a nice little stir, let it brown. We all know how to cook ground beef. Let it cook all the way. Then we're gonna set it to the side while we have our pot at a nice simmer. I've added in some black pepper, a little bit of salt, brown sugar, and we're just gonna stir that up as we get ready to put in the rest of our ingredients. We are going to now add in that beef fat that we had from earlier. Put it in there, give it a nice stir. Now we're going to add in our ground beef. Make sure you get all of it in there. I like to have a little bit more meat in my baked beans. It's my personal preference. Now I did also saute some onions. I'm sorry I didn't record that, but we're gonna add those in too. Now at this point, please make sure that you season everything to taste the way you would like it, the way you would prefer. Not a professional at cooking baked beans. My next door neighbor make better baked beans than I do, but they came out pretty good. And now we get ready for this beautiful brisket. Please enjoy.
So I got a piece of lean right here. It looks good too. See how it tastes. Could be a little more tender, honestly, but tastes good. See the smoke ring, not much, but you know, it's my first one, so I'm learning. To the fat. That's why I'm glad I left some of that fat on there. So good. Hope y'all enjoy this. You have a good day. Happy 4th of July.